Good evening, Varnica. I'm Vinita. I'm from BriBooks, and I want to congratulate you, first of all, for winning the weekly podcast challenge. Uh, your book is My School Life.
Yeah,
So, Varnika, this is school is a place which is, we spend most of our time in, and you've written a book about your school life. So, I'm sure you love going to school.
yes.
So, you have a best friend.
Yeah, I have best friends. Like I have a group of four people, including me.
Okay. Can you, do you really love spending time with, and have you shared your book with them? Have they read your book?
Yeah, they have read my book.
Okay. So, Vanika, since your book is written on your school life, I would, ask some, questions around that only. So, first of all, I would like you to, introduce yourself, your name, and talk a little bit about your book.
Myself, Varnica. I'm currently in sixth grade. I'm from Podar International School, Navsari in Gujarat, and I have written a book named My School Life. My school life is like totally based on school life that I have, as my both parents are working, so I have from like nursery to right now, I've transferred in three schools. So like I have written about all of that school and the situation that I got stuck in COVID, and then why should we go to school? What is the importance of friends and like everything is basically written in that book.
Okay. I've read your book and it's really interesting and you've really well described your each school. So I wanted to understand, is there anything recently that you have learned that you would want to share with us? Any new
Yeah,
skill or any new thing that you picked up in school?
yeah, like in my school, like currently I'm in Podar International School. In Podar, I have currently started doing like yoga and music. I was not interested in both of that things. I was not as much flexible as right now I am, and I was not interested in music as I am right now. So that both thing helped me in writing my book and all of that stuff. So like I had a, our school has organized a sports day, and for sports day there was a yoga. So in yoga I was selected, and I was like, what I'm gonna do in yoga? Yoga is just for like small babies. But then after doing some yoga, doing some asanas was like so relaxing to myself, and which was like awesome. So I know some asanas, and one of my favorite asana is chakrasana. I can do chakrasana very very well. If you put something on my stomach or like on my upper body, it would never fall. I'm like that right now. And in music, I am learning keyboard right now. Keyboard is one of my hobbies, and in keyboard, I'm still learning some songs and all of that stuff.
Wow, that's really amazing. And both the skills are, they help you get more creative because they help you, it's more like, meditating, music and yoga, both things really help in overall development of your mind and body. So that's a wonderful thing that you're doing. Uh, let's, come to your book. So, you have written a caption where you have stated what school is. And it's
Yeah.
really so nice. I read and it said that it's one world, hundreds of mistakes, thousands of memories, 10,000 of talks, lakhs of fun. Where did you get the idea to, you
Like
know, have
for
this
yeah.
caption added to your book?
For adding this caption, it was like my own experience. So in my school, when I was accepted, I had done many mistakes. So I added that word and how approximately how many mistakes I have learned till right now. I wrote that. And of course, in school we have lot of fun, like almost the day we do fun. So that was the important part. And then in my school I have given the card to my teacher. So that's from where I got my idea to write this caption. And this caption was like the most important thing. And it was about the little part from my school. As we did many mistakes, there are lots of talk, lots of crazy stuff, and lots of fun. So that is why I wrote this part.
Um, since you've written that in your book that you have shifted from different schools to another,
Yeah.
from different city to another. As a young child, at your age, uh, I know that traveling can be very much fun, right? But adjusting into new environment, leaving your old friends, we become so comfortable in our own, world. How do you handle this part of your journey in, going from one school to another?
Okay, so like as my mom is a banker and my dad is also a banker, my journey of school started in Surat. I used to go in KCG. It was like a daycare when I was like 1.5 years. I used to go there for daycaring. So I used to go there, and then later, most of my friends are from Surat. So, and I completed my playgroup to senior KG in KCG. So it was not that bad. It was good. And my second school was also in Surat, but in the other part of the Surat. It was like around Vesu. So in second school was like SDG Modern International School, but in that school everything was online. So in that school also I had many friends, many friends. But the most hard part was that it was online. So I did not met any of my teachers or any of my friends. So but still the Surat friends it was as I used to go in the daycare. I still used to go in the daycare when I reached into first. But after first and second, my dad and of course COVID started in 2020. So my mom got transferred in Navsari, which I'm currently living, and my dad used to live in Surat. So first I was like just doing online stuff from like my SDK in school. But then whenever it was a result, my mom has to go to Surat to take my report and everything. So then my mom told their office members to just make her transfer in Navsari. So after doing a transfer in Navsari, I went to Pudar International School. And after going in fourth standard, I was there in third standard in Pudar. So in third standard, it was like very awkward at first. It was like I miss my Surat. I want my old friends back. It was like that. But after a long time, when I came in fourth, it was like amazing. I got many friends. I got many achievements, and I written the books in like fourth and fifth. It was like amazing because I had a lot of friends, including my band friends, my school friends, my tuition friends. I had many friends, but I was still in contact with my Surat friends. But it was hard at the starting.
Must be because uh, making new friends, leaving the old ones is at my age also is very difficult task. But you've handled it so beautifully. Uh, I also wanted to ask you, I was inquisitive, why did you only choose this topic, my school? Why not children of your age? They write about magic, fairies, uh, a kind of magical world, or probably their pets or family, or maybe a travel diary. Why specifically written a book on my school? How did you
Like
get the idea?
till yeah. So like till right now, I have written almost two books. I have also written two books, which were all about my daily life. Like first food and food is it was also about my daily life. True beauty, it was also about my daily life. So I was like, and when I was in starting, I was like, which topic should I write? Then I thought I am a I am a student, and many students write on like magic, fairy tales, story, and everything. So I was like that I should just write a little story and that's it. But then one day later I was like, no, everyone writes that type of book. I want to write something new. And as a being student, I thought that I can write about school. So I wrote everything about my experiences and all the mistakes I had made and everything I wrote about in that book.
Can you share, any best memory or the most, uh, you know, memorable thing that you have uh, kind of experienced in any of the schools that you have studied or otherwise, or anything that was very crazy or funny, that has lasted as a memory with
There
you?
are like
Share?
two parts, which is one was like when I was in like senior or junior. It was a picnic, so we had to go and like we went to the zoo. Zoo was very amazing, and then we had to go like an adventure and theme park, and there was like a zip line, and I was really scared of heights. I'm still scared of heights, so I never did the zip line. I was in the last. I was in the last. Every kid was like, "Yeah, zip line system," but I was like, oh no, it's zip line. I'm scared of that. I was like that. And when it was my turn in the last, I was like crying so badly. I was crying that I don't want to do it. I do not want to do it. Even the teachers hold me and told me to hold you. Just go from that. Just go from there. So I was
Were
like,
you
no, I do
scared?
not want. Yeah, I was scared. I was scared.
Okay.
So they what they did, the zipline was long, so they put it me like in the end, and then they just take me down from there, and that was also the crazy part, as I was like crying so loudly that the teachers who were in bus was telling that who was that girl who was crying that much loudly. So that
Mm.
was the funny part. And the best part of my till right now is in fifth. In fifth, we had to go on a trip to water park with all of my friends and everyone. So I went to Modi Resort and trip. So we went to water park. There was theme park, so we went there. We had lunch together. We had dance. We had games. There was like my best part till right now because all of my friends were with me together. Like we were having like a friends picnic in the between. That's why.
Okay. That must be really good fun. Uh, when you were writing your book, uh, how much time did you take? I mean, uh, did it take weeks, months, or you could write
It
it
was
in one flow?
no, not in one flow. It took me almost around 1 month to write that book because I had to research and all of the photos in that book. I took it from outside of the book. So, like I have, if I have one thing where I had to make the picture of about the assemblies that happened in school. I was searching on Pinterest and Google and Yahoo and everything that assembly animation, but everything was going wrong. It was just like something else was coming. So it took me for just pictures and researching about books, how should we, how what happens in school, some points about school. It took me almost 2 weeks for just that. And 2 weeks, another 2 weeks for writing.
Okay. Okay. And did you take any help from your teachers or parents?
No, I did not took any help from my parents or my teachers. Like
Mhm.
my first book, I took a lot of help from my parents, but this book I was like, no, I want to write it by myself. I'm gonna complete it and I'm gonna publish it. So I totally write it by myself.
That's really amazing because your book is very well written. Uh, very to the point, and it's very descriptive, yet you have, managed to uh, use the right words, vocabulary, which is really nice, at your age, doing writing such a flawless book is uh, commendable. Uh, I want to know that if you were given a chance to go back and change something uh, in your life or about the book that you have written or anything else, what that would be?
Um, that's a hard question. I have like many mistakes in my life right now. So
Mhm.
that could be a hard part. But the one thing is like, um, what if I do?
So I'll make it easy for you. So sometimes, when we publish a book, that's a, creative piece that we have made. And once we publish it and then we sell it and then we read it, we get ideas like, I wish I had added this into it. You know, we
Yeah,
kind of start getting ideas. Uh, so that's that. I mean, basically what I'm trying to I'll reframe it. So do you ever feel that, you could have done more or you could have, made it this way? Do you ever feel as an author that, you can go back and, add something more to your book? Do you ever feel that?
yeah, yeah. I feel that in like my just recent book, My School Life,
Mm,
and the part that I felt that it was wrong. The last 2 to 3 pages. I think that it was like all about the same thing, but it written in different words. It describes it differently. So I would basically delete that part and I would like make a new part because I've gotten a lot of information. So I would just delete that 2 to 3 parts and add some more changes about like the environment of school, the behavior of schools, what
mm.
should we do in school about that part.
So it'll make it more aware, add more awareness of what all you feel that can be added in the school book for others to read and learn. Uh, Pandit, I also want to understand that, whenever we read a book, piece of book or information, there is always something for us to learn from it. Since you have written 2 books, and I'm sure you must be reading books also. So, is there any favorite book of yours, which has
My
really helped you, learn something, understand, maybe, enhanced your understanding about something? Would you like to share?
I yeah, I just from when I was little, I used to go in the library of our school, and I just used to read that fairy tales and type of things. But I think that fairy tales helped me a lot.
So
From
what?
fairy tales, from fairy tales like all the Disney princesses and everything, and all of the Disney princesses, we have like stories that a princess is in danger and the prince comes to save her. From that, I I think opposite of that. I think that girls are not independent; they are dependent. So that's what I learned. And when I was like small, I used to think always that where first when my tooth fall out of my mouth, and so I was like, I'll keep it under my pillow, and then a fairy tale, and then a tooth fairy will come, and she's gonna take my teeth, and she's gonna give me a coin or anything. So I used to do that, and like whenever I used to open my pillow, I used to see coin. But when I started to grow, and I was like, no, that's not a fairy tale, or not a tooth fairy. It's just my sister or my mom. So
Mm,
I think like the fairy tales and everything is just an imaginary. I think that we should be like more dependent, not dependent, but
mm.
independent. I should be like that because fairy tales are not in real life.
Fairy tales only help us, enhance our imagination, give us positivity and hope. So, storytelling always has been a medium to, encourage a young mind to become more helpful, hopeful, uh, honest. There are so many moral values that we get through stories. So, you're very much right. The storytelling now has changed. It's become more logical and it's become more realistic, you know. So, Varnika, I think with this, we would like to uh, close the conversation today with you. And I would, before ending this podcast, I request you to share something with your friends, a message, or anything that you would want you to, say to your teachers, friends, and family?
I would just say that never ever give up. Even if you wrote a book and you did not get a chance to make any opportunity, never be sad. Never ever give up. Just try and try your best. I learned that from my recent book, True Beauty. I wrote it on like at the end of the summer festival. So that made me disappointed. But I thought, but I lost a lot of hope and I was like, no, I do not want to write a book. Never ever. So, but my father told me that if you never wrote a book, then you are just going to be like sitting at home like everyone else. So, do you want to be like that? I told my father, no, I do not want to be like that. So, that is why I got a chance to write this book again, and I wrote a book. And always, always do or write a book under your heart or your brain. But do not write it from the pressure of your parents, pressure of your teachers, pressure of the society. Like some children are no, I have to get trophy. That is why I want to write a book. But no, you don't have to be like that. You just wrote a book. It's a big opportunity for you. It's a big medal for you. I would just like to say that. And also thank you to BriBooks for this broadcast.
Thank you so much, Varnika. It was really, interesting, and I had a lot of fun talking to you, and I learned so much from you, especially the last part when you have shared about, never to lose hope and continue to, trying for something bigger. And I'm sure you will be this time, for our new festival will be writing one more, good
Yeah.
piece of work. And I would get the opportunity to again speak to you and record a podcast. Thank you so much, dear. And many, many congratulations.
I should thank you. I should thank you for this broadcast.
Thank you so much.